Hey, I'm Toby from Drum Topics. You struggling to get a good dampening of your snare drum? That's what we're going to cover today. So let's check it out and see what we can find out. Hi, so today we're going to go through how we can go about dampening the snare drum. So we've got a couple of different options I want to go through. It involves utilising an O-ring, some damping gel, a wallet, and a t-shirt. Let's just get right into it and then see what we can uncover. So this is what the snare drum sounds like, just without any dampening at all. So obviously we could try and fine-tune that with the snares and see what sound comes out of it. This has just got a Remo control sound head on it. It's tuned fairly well on its own. So, and it's a 14-inch, 6.5 custom snare. It's got diecast hoops, as well as DW throw off with the 3-position butt plate here. Actually, let's put it on the tightest one, see what that sounds like. So the first option to use is the good old-fashioned wallet. It's beneficial to have a flip wallet because you can put it over the edge to dampen it. So if I position it kind of in a place where you're not going to hit it, you can have it here or there or whatever. So let's start with it being there. And the key thing with the wallet is really just to make sure that it delivers the sound you want. So let's have a listen and see what sound you get with just the wallet on. So it's certainly deadened it quite a lot. You're still getting some tone out of it. It just depends on how much tone you want. So the other option is to utilise a t-shirt or a cloth or anything like that. You could just have a go at it, putting it over. Make sure you put it in a way that you can get to what you need for your drumming, and then that it's not in the way for the microphone. So that's probably the one that has dampened the snare the most. So it's quite dead, no ring really. So let's see what happens when we use these. I use these quite a lot, O-rings, quite handy for any snare really, for any drum actually. So you just put it on there, it just sits nicely. If you don't want to buy one, you can create one from an old skin that's broken. You just cut it out. Let's see what it sounds like. It hasn't done too much, but it's still, dampening it quite a lot from what it was before. You also can use these big fat donut thingies that you put on. It's the same as the O-ring, but it's just it hasn't got a hole in it. It just covers all the drum. Now, what I quite often do is use some drum dots. And where to put them is just a case of finding out where you have a ring for on your snare drum. So that that sounds like quite an obvious place. So let's put a dot there. Might want one more. You can normally put it around there somewhere. So as you can hear, that's dampened it quite a lot. But it really depends on what you're after. When I'm doing work in the studio and stuff, I quite like to have it quite dry. So sometimes I use an O-ring and dots in combination, which gives you quite a kind of 70s snare sound. So that way you can pretty much use that on any snare. You just throw a couple of dots on and then also an O-ring, and then pretty much on any snare you'll get this sort of sound. If you liked what you see here today, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If you've got any comments or like to suggest a few topics, then do that in the comment section below. Otherwise, I'm Toby from Drum Topics, and stay safe and keep drumming.